Welcome to the extraordinary world of Black Panther, a groundbreaking superhero film that transcends the genre by delving into themes of heritage, responsibility, and identity. Join us on a journey to the fictional African nation of Wakanda, where T'Challa, the Black Panther, faces the challenge of a lifetime as he balances his royal duties with the destiny of a superhero. The movie starts with a voice of a young boy asking for a story about their home, and an adult voice begins telling the tale of vibranium. Many years ago, a massive meteorite containing the incredibly strong metal called vibranium crashed near the source of the Nile River. This extraordinary event had a profound effect on the surrounding plants. As humanity emerged, 5 tribes in a land known as Wakanda fought fiercely to control this precious vibranium. Eventually, a spirit guided a chosen warrior to discover and consume a heart-shaped herb influenced by the metal. This transformed him into the first Black Panther, granting him superhuman abilities. 4 of the 5 tribes submitted to his rule, while the Jabari tribe chose to be isolated in the mountains. The Wakandans harnessed the power of vibranium to create advanced technology. Witnessing the troubles in other nations, they isolated themselves from the rest of the world, concealing their advanced civilization by pretending to be a less developed nation. In 1992, in Oakland, California, Prince Njobu makes a solemn promise to use Wakanda's technology to aid people of African heritage worldwide in overcoming their oppressors. Njobu forms an alliance with an underground weapons dealer named Ulysses Klaue, the guy whose arm was severed by Ultron in Avengers: Age of Ultron, to secretly enter Wakanda and steal a hidden supply of vibranium. King T'Challa discovers his brother Njobu's deeds. In a tense confrontation, Njobu, feeling betrayed, threatens the life of T'Challa's loyal friend, Zuri, a spy whom he sent to watch out for Njobu's actions. With a heavy heart, T'Challa makes the difficult choice to end Njobu's life to protect Zuri. To safeguard the secret, T'Challa decides to leave Njobu's son, Eric, behind, ensuring that the truth remains hidden from the people of Wakanda. However, Eric spots the aircraft leaving. 26 years later, King T'Challa dies in an attack during Captain America Civil War, and Wakanda needs to choose a new king. Traditionally, the eldest prince assumes this role, and everyone hopes T'Challa will become the new ruler. Before his coronation, T'Challa travels to Nigeria's Sambisa forest to rescue his ex-girlfriend Nakia from criminals who deal in prisoners. In his Black Panther suit, he takes down criminals without getting hurt because of the suit's vibranium protection. He explains his father's death to Nakia and asks her to accompany him to his coronation. Returning to Wakanda, they realize that the world's view of the country is far from the truth. Contrary to what others believe, Wakanda is the most technologically advanced place on Earth thanks to its unique technologies. Upon arrival, they are greeted by Queen Ramonda and Princess Shuri, the tech genius responsible for Wakanda's advanced technology, including upgrades to T'Challa's suit. In London, a gang led by Klaue, which includes a former US Black Ops soldier named Eric Stevens, also known as Killmonger, steals an ancient Wakandan vibranium axe from a museum. Ulysses employs his mechanical hand to shatter the glass and acquire the artifact. Before departing, Eric swipes a mask from the exhibit, and the group makes their getaway in an ambulance. Inside, Eric revels in the mission's success with his girlfriend. The next day, the 4 tribes gather at the waterfall for the coronation ceremony. Prince T'Challa receives a special tea from Zuri, which temporarily removes the Black Panther's strength from his body. This allows him to fight on equal terms with any challenger for the throne. None of the 4 tribes initially challenge him, and they accept T'Challa as their new ruler. However, the Jabari tribe, led by M'Baku, arrives late and challenges T'Challa. The fierce fight begins, and initially, T'Challa struggles, getting knocked down, but with the encouragement of his mother and sister, he finds renewed strength, continues the battle, and eventually overpowers M'Baku. When he's about to finish him, T'Challa shows mercy and asks M'Baku to yield. M'Baku accepts defeat, and T'Challa is celebrated as the new king and Black Panther. That night, T'Challa goes through a final ancestral tradition. He drinks a heart-shaped herb and is then buried in sand. Afterward, he's transported to the ancestral plane where he meets his deceased father. T'Challa remembers the day his father was killed and has felt guilty for not being able to save him. In this spiritual place, he sees a tree with Black Panthers, including his father, who transforms to speak to him. They embrace, and T'Challa asks his father to teach him how to be a great king to protect Wakanda. T'Chaka offers advice, emphasizing the importance of trustworthy allies because there are many challenges ahead. After this encounter, T'Challa wakes up feeling grateful for seeing his father again. A few days pass, and King T'Challa strolls through the city with Nakia. He pleads with her to stay, but she has a different mission in mind. Nakia can't be content living in Wakanda when she knows there are many people suffering in the world without help. She wishes for Wakanda to aid these vulnerable folks, but T'Challa reminds her that their kingdom must remain hidden to survive. He acknowledges Nakia's compassion and suggests she would make an excellent queen. Later, he visits his friend, Wakabi. After tending to one of his rhinos, Wakabi gets a call from his wife, Okoye, who asks both of them to come to the castle. Okoye gathers the council members and informs them that Ulysses Klaue has stolen a valuable Wakandan artifact from a British museum. He plans to sell it to an American buyer in South Korea the next evening. After learning about Klaue's reappearance, Wakabi, who lost his parents due to Klaue's actions, urges the young king to eliminate him or bring him to justice. Before their mission, T'Challa visits his sister Shuri, who equips him with various gadgets, including a communication device with unlimited range. Shuri also presents the new Black Panther suit, which includes a stylish necklace that can be activated using the mind. During a test, Shuri asks T'Challa to kick the suit, and it propels the mannequin away. When he kicks the same spot again, it repels him. This is because the suit stores kinetic energy for later use. T'Challa, along with Okoye and Nakia, devises a plan to intercept Klaue during a meeting at an underground casino in Busan, where he intends to sell the axe to an unidentified buyer. The plan takes an unexpected turn when T'Challa realizes that the buyer is CIA agent Everett Ross, who intends to apprehend Klaue. However, T'Challa's intention is to bring Klaue to Wakanda. The deal takes a turn for the worse, leading to a car chase. During the pursuit, the hero reaches the first vehicle and removes the criminals inside. Farther ahead, the thieves are using firearms, but Nakia and Okoye are safe inside a vibranium-made car. Okoye climbs onto the vehicle and eliminates the enemies with a single throw of her spear. Black Panther's new suit is charged with kinetic energy and releases all the stored power to the enemy's car, destroying it. Now, the only remaining target is the vehicle carrying Ulysses. Seeing his pursuers closing in, Ulysses hangs out of the window and uses his mechanical arm to shoot a powerful laser beam that can disintegrate the vibranium car. Despite the attack, the warriors manage to escape unharmed and are picked up by Agent Ross. Shortly after, T'Challa's own vehicle is destroyed, and Shuri disconnects from the remote-controlled car. Black Panther jumps onto the smuggler's car, causing a serious accident by tearing off one of its wheels. Ulysses gets out of the car and attacks T'Challa. However, T'Challa's suit absorbs the impact, and the king manages to remove the man's mechanical arm. Angry, Black Panther is about to eliminate the man who has caused harm to his people, but reconsiders when he realizes that there are dozens of people recording the scene. During his time in CIA custody, Klaue is rescued by Killmonger. In the process, Ross sustains severe injuries while protecting Nakia. Instead of chasing after Klaue, T'Challa chooses to take Ross to Wakanda, where his sister Shuri employs the nation's advanced technology to save Ross's life. Wakabi visits the king to inquire about Ulysses' fate. Learning that T'Challa spared him when given the opportunity, Wakabi's faith in his king is deeply shaken. Meanwhile, Killmonger eliminates Klaue and uses his body as a token of gift for Wakabi and gains his support. After revealing his identity as Njobu's son to the tribal elders, he challenges T'Challa for the throne. T'Challa accepted his challenge. At the waterfall, the Black Panther's powers are stripped away. Eric reveals he has spent his life preparing for this moment, marked by each person he killed as scars on his body. T'Challa gains the upper hand but aims to make Eric surrender. This hesitation backfires, and Eric wounds T'Challa, with the fight interrupted by Zuri. Zuri confesses to being responsible for his father's death. Eric kills Zuri and throws T'Challa over the waterfall, becoming the new king. To protect the royal family, Nakia, the queen, and the princess flee the scene. That night, Nakia seeks Okoye's help to overthrow Eric, but Okoye's loyalty is unwavering to Wakanda's throne, no matter the ruler. Nakia then retrieves Ross. Meanwhile, Eric partakes in the ritual and visits the ancestral plane, where his father Njobu regrets not bringing him to Wakanda. After taking Ross to the queen, Nakia sneaks into the sacred garden. After gaining Black Panther's powers, he orders them to burn the heart-shaped herb. However, Nakia sneaks in and grabs one fruit. Killmonger follows his father's plan to send Wakandan weapons worldwide. Only Wakabi supports this revolution, but all must follow the king's orders. In the mountains, Nakia, Queen Ramonda, Shuri, and Ross head to M'Baku's lair. Nakia wants to give M'Baku the last heart-shaped herb to gain Black Panther's powers. Although Queen Ramonda suggests taking the powers for herself, Nakia believes she needs an army to overthrow Eric. Their plan is to deliver the herb to M'Baku, the leader of the Jabari tribe, the only tribe not loyal to Eric. They are captured by the Jabari and taken to M'Baku, who learns about the outsider king threatening Wakanda. Nakia offers him the herb, but M'Baku has a surprise. He shows them a location where T'Challa is being kept alive by ice. The queen then prepares the tea and gives it to her son. T'Challa wakes up, determined to reclaim the throne. Shuri gives him the Black Panther necklace. T'Challa thanks M'Baku and asks for a private moment with him. He asks M'Baku for help in the fight, but M'Baku refuses. Healed by a heart-shaped herb provided by Nakia, T'Challa returns to Wakanda to continue his combat with Killmonger for the throne. This battle was never officially concluded because T'Challa never died or surrendered. When Killmonger refuses to cooperate, he loses his claim to the throne, and Okoye and the Dora Milaje turn against him. However, Wakabi and his tribe still supports him. Killmonger, now equipped with a Black Panther suit of his own, puts up a fierce fight alongside the border tribe. Meanwhile, Shuri and Nakia battle Wakabi and his tribe, and Ross, guided by Shuri, shoots down the planes carrying the weapons before they can leave Wakanda. Initially, the battle doesn't go well for T'Challa's side until M'Baku and the Jabari arrive to support him, turning the tide. The final showdown between T'Challa and Killmonger takes place in the heart of the vibranium mine. The sonic disruptors used for transporting vibranium incapacitate their vibranium armor. In a moment when Killmonger's body is exposed, T'Challa seizes the opportunity and fatally wounds his cousin. He then takes Killmonger to see the Wakandan sunset and offers to heal him. However, Killmonger chooses to die a free man, pulling the dagger from his chest and passing away peacefully. Meanwhile, Ross was able to eliminate all the ships trying to leave Wakanda, and Wakabi and his tribe surrendered. Following this triumph, T'Challa is officially reinstated as the king, and M'Baku is honored with a seat in the National Tribal Council to represent his tribe, acknowledging his loyalty. In a departure from Wakanda's past isolationism, T'Challa sets up a Wakandan embassy in the United States, with Nakia and Shuri overseeing its operations. In a mid-credits scene, T'Challa addresses the United Nations, unveiling Wakanda's real identity to the world. In a post-credits scene, Shuri continues her efforts to assist Bucky Barnes in his recovery. And the movie ends here. Thank you for watching, and I highly recommend watching the entire movie as it is incredibly enjoyable. If you haven't already, please consider subscribing to our channel, so you can stay updated and receive notifications whenever we upload new videos.